Hello and welcome to another episode of the Footy Social. Before we start, I want to say we've got a new sponsor. It's the Green Tape. It's not new actually, it's an old sponsor. But today we'll be talking all things Euro group stage. We'll be analysing it. We'll be doing our team of the group stage, probably in a different video actually, but go and watch that. And we're going to be building up to the round of 16. We've got some quality round of 16 matches. One of them involving our team, England, as well. So hopefully we can get you can enjoy some in-depth discussion on what's happened and what we think will happen. Some more terrible predictions, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get into it. We've got George as a guest as well. You might remember him from the Championship podcast we did. He's obviously can you see he's wearing his Borough top? So he's representing Borough for this international break. Any Borough players in the Euros?
There isn't. I'm going to be honest.
If Ireland were there, no, Randall's not there anymore, is he?
No, he's at West Ham. You know he's going out with Alexandra Burke.
Okay.
Well.
Didn't expect to hear that today.
What a legend.
Yeah. But yeah, George, as you're the guest, we're going to ask you the first question.
Yep.
So far, how do you think England have done?
It's been a steady start, really. I mean, we've been good defensively. I think Southgate's selections has been. I'm not 100% on them, to be honest. I think Sancho, I don't know what he's done wrong to not get any minutes.
He got 5, didn't he? But it's basically none.
Yeah, is that all he got? 5?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think for this we just need to get through the Germany one, and then obviously the quarterfinals, Sweden or Ukraine. It's winnable, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, we've ended up with a very nice draw, haven't we, after that?
Southgate's got a 4-leaf clover in his hand, I swear. Like the 2018 World Cup, we're the best team by an absolute mile on that side of the draw. We only made it to the semis, and we're not as high in quality as that round of the draw as in this one, but we're still the best team. I'd say. Would you say on this side of the draw?
Well, it's definitely
on
Germany.
paper.
The Germany side is definitely not as good as the ones we've had before, and I still don't trust Frank de Boer as a Netherlands manager. Although I think they've done a lot better than I thought they'd do already this tournament, but they have had quite an easy group, haven't they?
Yeah, although they weren't that convincing against Ukraine, got a lucky winner in the end. And who were the other teams they played? Austria, North Macedonia, was it?
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, 3 teams that were a bit underwhelming in the end. Ukraine managed to sneak through in the end on 3rd place.
Yeah, I think if you beat Germany, it's just going to be Netherlands you watch out for. Any other team in that side, it's just going to be, yeah.
Well, I don't want to be disrespectful to other teams, but
on paper you should be beating them.
We should be beating them.
We should be all right.
But we also should have beaten Scotland on paper, and that was the worst game that we've played so far. So
yeah, I mean,
you can never really trust us.
So would you say, what's your expectations then for England?
To be honest, I think we've got to be looking at, if we get through the Germany match, we've got to go all the way. To be honest, we have
win it.
We have to, yeah. We haven't really got a better chance.
Would you say there's an English arrogance though with that?
A bit, yeah. But at the same time,
I wouldn't say it's arrogance. I think it's just confidence.
We've got
Where's that confidence come from?
Just because we like our team.
I think it's the best squad we've had for a long time now.
Yeah, it's literally individual talents. There's nothing to do with
I'd agree.
performances.
I'd also say there's nothing I've seen so far that's told me we're going to win this tournament. The only thing that's telling us we're going to win this tournament is the easiest side of the draw. But
and
what
the fact
happens?
that we've got good players. That's it.
And the fact we've got good players. But there's nothing I've seen from the team so far that says we're going to win this tournament. The only reason I think we might do well is I don't think Germany are particularly anything special.
No.
They're poor and throughout the group stage. I mean, and then I think Netherlands are probably. I'd rather play Germany than Netherlands at the moment. And even Netherlands are weaker without Van Dijk. They haven't played anyone of note yet. And there's a notion towards England doing well, but I just think if we lose to Germany, it's just all hell's going to break loose.
He's got to go, Andy Southgate, if we lose.
I mean, yeah.
I think he's got to go anyway, to be honest with you.
He's too defensive for this team.
Yeah. I mean, we've looked good defensive, but I don't know if that's just because we're so pragmatic and boring.
It's the most pragmatic team I've ever watched.
Yeah.
With the amount With the amount of talent we have, I'd rather go and see us win 5-4 than concede 4 goals and
Well,
win
it's
the
like-
game than win 1-0.
Well, Italy have kept 3 clean sheets and have scored 7-8 goals in the process as well, haven't they?
It's like in a league, you can set up how Southgate is set up and win games 1-0 and win the league and everyone's happy. But when it comes to cup tournaments like Champions League, Euros, FA Cup, whatever it is, you could play set out like this and know you should win games 1-0, but it only takes for one of the games for you not to win and suddenly that's it, you're out.
Yeah. Well, it's literally just if you concede 1 goal, that's it. That's your game plan out the window, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, whereas in a league, you can have a game where maybe you lose, the game plan doesn't quite work and you lose 2-1, but you still win every other game 1-0, so you win the league. Yeah. But in a cup competition, you lose that one game and you're out, and it all goes. So I think that's why I want. Who would you get in? I know this is a conversation we have every week about Southgate because we all want him to go. Gone, but who would you get in?
Well, I wouldn't get in Eddie Howe, which is he gets mentioned.
Managed in. If he was managing the Premier League still, I might think about it.
And he also just doesn't know what a defence is. And I think to be a good manager, you sort of need both. At the end of the day,
do you think we've got to go for an English manager then?
Yes.
Yeah, I think you've always got to keep it authentic.
We tried the foreign managers thing with the Ericsson and Capello, and it just didn't work, did it?
Yeah,
it was even worse than Southgate.
Capello was trying to implement like dieting plans, and it's like.
Oh yeah, and he wasn't a man manager at all. He
I would just get in Potter. That's it, really. As long as a team like Tottenham don't snap him up first.
Surely you'd rather go England than Tottenham.
Yeah, and I think he'd do a better job at England than at Tottenham.
Oh yeah, and England's like you're almost unsackable at England, which is technically not true. But every England manager is given at least 5 years in charge. So that's his job safe for about 5 years, with 2 tournaments at least.
And I just think Graham Potter's just not suited to grind out and win games in the Premier League. But I think in international, where all it is just if you play Potter's style of football and you've got better players at your disposal, you'll win games.
Yeah.
Like imagine if Brighton had Harry Kane up front, the way they've been playing football and missing chances,
they'd be like top 8.
They would be top 10 in the league if they had Harry Kane. And if he goes to England, he's got Harry Kane plus 10 other better players around him.
Imagine him with the way Potter plays with a Grealish, Mount, Foden, Sancho, all providing Saka, all provide Sterling, Rashford, all providing Kane. And providing each other with, it would just be, Southgate we keep the ball, but it's all between the CDMs and the centre backs.
Yeah.
If we had Potter, we'd be camped in their half, passing it around with our attackers.
It'd be like watching it in Italy, kind of, but
it'd be like watching Spain from 2010. Not as good, obviously, but
but like the ideologies. Yeah, and I think Potter would definitely go there. It's like he's quite young. Usually England try and go for like a older, more experienced head, but it's like why not just throw? Why not just throw caution to the wind?
England's a weird one because it's not like an owner who like just wants to do. It's different to having like an owner of a football club like Roman Abramovich or the Sullivans or Daniel Levy, how you want to say it. Like if they aren't performing, they want to get the best manager they can in to do well. Whereas the FA, I think they just lack some balls sometimes. And I don't know, Southgate's a yes man. They're happy with the yes man. If Southgate gets to another semi-final and loses to Wales, after, to be fair, if he does beat Germany, then I'd still sack him because I don't think he's good enough. But if he beats Germany, they won't sack him. If he beats Germany and gets knocked out to Sweden, it's he beat Germany, he's a great manager. Well, no, Germany aren't even that good.
Yeah, but think about all the times. Like I'm always going to bring it back to Chelsea, but Conte won the FA Cup, he got sacked. Jose Mourinho won the league 6 months later, he got sacked because it's like you can do well, but also not be the right man for the job.
But like I say, the FAs aren't owners. They're not financially. I mean, they might gain financially if we win the Euros, but it's not like as. It's going to take a lot of media pressure to get him out.
Yeah.
Like the media pressure on Roy Hodgson after losing to Iceland was ridiculous. Hodgson could not have stayed in that job whatsoever. If we lose in a semi to a Netherlands side, the media pressure is not going to be
there'll be people like us, people in the media that'll be calling for Southgate out still.
But it won't be anywhere near enough to actually force our hand.
Yeah.
So.
But if I was the FA, I'll be looking who's the best English manager at this moment in time, and you'd say, I know Boyd would say Dean Smith, but no way. You just look at Graham Potter with the way he plays at Brighton without the quality there. We might be wrong. Potter might go into the England job and be terrible, and then I'll hold our hands up. But all we want is something different than this defensive, boring, pragmatic way of playing. That's literally just like when I want to watch a tournament, I want to see us trying to score as many goals as possible, not sitting back against Czechs, the Scots, and the Croats. You know what I mean?
It's just so boring to watch, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Are we all Southgate out then? Are we all in agreement? Well,
as much as I love him, I've got to agree.
do you love him?
Just because what he done as a player.
Not
Oh,
the
it's
manager.
Borough, yeah.
But
Yeah,
apart from
sorry.
that,
Yeah.
Terrible manager for you.
Terrible
Yeah.
manager, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He
Did he get you
managed it as
relegated?
well.
Yeah, he got us relegated. But
Yeah.
to be fair, I'd say it was more our
You're on your way.
Jones
Was it
fault.
when you on your way out and he took over and Darren Moore or something?
It was kind of that, but
West Brom.
we kept selling our best players, and it wasn't
No,
down to
really?
him. Yeah,
Weren't you I swear you were quite rich, not rich, but you were quite a wealthy club back in the late 90s, early 2000s, weren't
we
you?
were. Yeah, we
You like-
splashed a catch.
Who's
cash a
that
lot.
Spanish guy you spent a lot on?
Was it Jimmy Mendieta? Is that?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Tungai you had, didn't you? He was near the end.
I mean, we just had some quality.
I swear, I remember watching you, and was it a semi-final? I don't know, semi-final.
They got to Europa League final at one point.
Yeah,
FA Cup semi-final.
we lost to West Ham.
No, I went to that one, but way earlier than that. It was against a lower league team. I think Sean Dyche was playing for the
Chesterfield.
Yeah, Chesterfield, and you beat him, didn't you?
We beat them.
Just.
Yeah. I think it
You
was.
had some Spanish geezer that day. Who looked really good. There was
What happened in
apparently
the final?
You signed him for 10 million or something for that. That time it was quite a lot of money.
I mean, we had Ravanelli then, the Italian.
Oh,
striker.
that's it. Yeah, it
Is
might
that
be
right?
Ravanelli. Yeah.
What happened in the final though?
I think we lost. We lost to Chelsea.
Did you?
But, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Who did
But
Chelsea
yeah.
beat in the semis? Do you know? Remember? Was
I
this
think
before?
it was-
Was it? What year was this? 99.
97.
97.
Yeah, but to be fair, that's still the stick that actually gets used to beat Southgate with. That they say he's a failed club manager, so why is he managing the national team? And it is one of them things where if he does leave, or I think it's probably going to be one of them where he says, I've gone as far as I can, I'm going to leave and let somebody else take over. No club in the Premier League is going to employ him.
No.
I'd say even Championship sides would turn their nose
He's
up at
very
him.
average. Yeah.
Yeah.
Southgate is finished if he gets sacked from this as a manager.
I don't see where he'd go. He'd go to the Indian League or the Qatar League, wouldn't he?
Mm.
He'll go and replace Phil Neville at Inter Miami or something. I know he's not really mates with David Beckham, but something along the lines of a job where he's paid a lot of money to just not do anything,
What
like
Benitez
he's doing at the
done.
moment.
Yeah.
Well, like
Amazing.
Benitez is a jumps clubs more.
Yeah.
It's club hopper. But
So what are we thinking about the Germany game anyway? Are we confident?
well, why don't we go through every game by game, Dan?
Yeah, let's get them out. Let's get them out. I think we've got some crackers in. I think the first one actually is
Yeah.
There's a few interesting ones.
Could be a final.
it's not the first one. I'll just go from.
games that could be a final.
So Saturday night we've got Wales Denmark. I think that is going to be quite a good game actually.
Be a good one.
I think they're two
in
very confident.
Amsterdam, isn't it? Because I know the Welsh can't travel because of restrictions. It is in Amsterdam.
It's in Amsterdam. I will take Joe's word for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's two teams that are very
Very similar.
confident at the moment. Is what I'd say. Not as much.
The Danes are missing their best player, but they seem to be handle against Belgium. They seem decent, and
I think it's kind of inspired them a bit
Yeah.
in a certain way. But yeah.
You could see the passion when Christensen saw that screamer as well.
yeah.
But
Wales are no mugs, and they got to the semi-finals last time.
And Wales have
they,
Gareth Bale.
They definitely could again.
they have Gareth Bale and Aaron Ramsey looks bang in form again, doesn't he?
Yeah, Ramsey looked really that goal was against Turkey where
Yeah, he
Bale
just
put
suits
the ball into
international football,
Ramsey.
doesn't he? He really
Ramsey's
does.
run. Willing's with him actually, Ramsey, but I don't.
Be a good signing for West Ham.
Yeah, he might be, but then injury-prone player on too much money. It's like our mistake made in the past. It depends if Moyes wants him and Moyes sees him as an asset, because Moyes can get the best out of him. But if he was if we had Pellegrini, I'd be like, no way, because he wouldn't get the best out of Ramsey.
So what we're saying.
So what are you saying? Let's go through our scores for that. So I'm going to. Oh, it's so tight. It'll be such a good game. I'm going to go Wales to nick it. I think they've got slightly better, not better team maybe, but a few better players like Bale and Ramsey, and I think they're experienced. They've been there before. They've done it before as Denmark. I know they've won Euros, but I mean this team has done it before.
I think it's just a really good team spirit in that Wales camp. So I think they probably will nick it 2-1.
Yeah,
I can see them nicking it as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
It'll be a tight one, but I can see it being 1-0 or 2-1, to be honest. I'd say 1-0.
But if Denmark win, it wouldn't surprise me whatsoever.
Yeah.
They're very evenly matched. Next one, did you say your score, Joe?
Oh yeah, I said Nick. I'm not giving a score. I'll just say
right.
Nick.
All right, Italy, Austria. I think there's a clear favourite in that one. I mean, Italy are they still the best team we've seen in this tournament so far?
Yeah,
definitely.
I think Belgium have looked good at patches, but yeah, Italy are just. I mean, they haven't conceded a goal and they've scored 7.
Yeah.
Couldn't have done anything better, could they?
Comfortable match, George.
I'm saying 3-0 Italy. I think it'll just be too easy for them.
I think Austria are one of the worst teams in the round of 16, actually. But yeah, 3-0 Italy.
Yeah, I'll go for a 2-0 then.
And they did rest their players for the Wales game as well. They did rest a few of them.
Oh yeah, they made like eight subs. I don't know, I think 5 actually, but they brought sort of the goalkeepers around, didn't they?
So they'll be
I like Mancini as well.
They've just got such a good midfield as well, Italy. Such a good midfield. Netherlands, Czech Republic. I think Netherlands probably, or again, will be the favourites for that one.
It's one of the games I can see a Czech Republic upset, but no, I'm gonna stick Netherlands.
Yeah, I'll go for a 3-2. I'll go for another. They're like a high scoring game, the Netherlands.
Well, we've got some shootouts as well. Don't remember that? There's gonna be some shootouts. I reckon this can go to a shootout, and then the shootout can go either way. But let's go Netherlands to win the shootout.
I can see it being tight again, but I'll say Netherlands win 2-1.
Yeah, it just seems like Memphis Depay is just on it.
I think he's on it now. Yeah,
he's feeling himself. And then we got the cracker. We've got the second best game in the round of 16. We've got Belgium, Portugal. Hopefully that one lives up to how it sounds. I mean, you've got Eden Hazard versus Cristiano Ronaldo. You know,
I think that one is pretty. I think that one is less tight than people think.
I think Portugal defensively have looked very
I think Belgium will win it quite comfortably, as in like a 2-0 Belgium or like a 2-1 Belgium, but they never really look under sort of threat.
Like Ronaldo will score a penalty.
Like Ronaldo score a penalty, and then it's like go 2-0 Belgium, Ronaldo score a penalty at the 70th minute. Yeah.
I think Portugal just need to stop playing Nelson Semedo. When will people listen?
He's not very good, is he?
Stop playing Nelson Semedo.
Yeah.
The guy is not good at football.
And I think Diaz as well has really been found out a bit.
Yeah, Diaz has not had a good tournament.
When everyone says, oh, Stones without Diaz, Stones has been fine without Diaz.
It's the opposite, isn't it?
It's the opposite. Yeah. It's Diaz without Stones. I think Diaz is not having a great tournament, but he's been quality for most of the season, so it must be like a dip in form, or he's just. He might be a different manager. He's not. I mean, or
it might just be the fact that he's never played like a 65, 70 game a season before. At Benfica plays 38 games a season, doesn't he? Maybe 40 with a. Maybe 45 with Europa League.
As well.
Much less intense than Portugal. So maybe he's just tired and he just needs a pre-season to recharge. But yeah, I think I'm probably going to go for a Belgian win just because I think KDB and Lukaku are just better than any defence that Portugal has shown me so far.
Yeah. I can see it being a Belgian win. I'll say 3-1 Belgium.
I'll go 2-1. Croatia, Spain. That one's
that's an interesting one.
You see, before the Croatia beat Scotland, I'll probably say Spain, but you know what? Spain battered Slovakia, didn't they?
Well, Dubravka decided to punch the ball into his net.
Exactly, and Slovakia just lost it and couldn't be bothered.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with a Croatia win.
Yeah. I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna say a penalty win for Croatia. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it'll be.
I like that shot. It'll be like the Russia when they beat
Croatia
Spain a penalty.
Don't do it convincingly. They just win everything in extra time with penalties. They did it every way to the tournament to get to the final against France.
Yeah.
I think it'll probably finish like 0-0 or something.
Yeah. A game because Spain don't score many goals unless they score many goals. You know what I mean? Which is a bit of a weird comment to make, but unless they score 5, they'll score none.
Yeah.
They're one of those teams. So
and
0-0.
Stop playing Alvaro Morata. The guy can't.
Gerard
the guy's
Moreno
not good.
Is much better.
Yeah, I mean, just it is. It's like I said to George on the way up here. Alvaro Morata is like that bloke that sort of cheats on his missus and they break up, but then the missus takes him back a week later and says, "No, I can change him. Like and then he cheats on her again. And then they break up again, and then she takes it back and says, "No, he was going through a rough patch. He'll be fine. I can change him. I can get the best out of him." and then he cheats on her again. It's like just give him up.
How many times has Werner cheated on his missus?
Werner, I'd be surprised if Werner found a target with someone else. But yeah, just stop trying Alvaro Morata. The guy is just weak as porridge. He's not good enough.
With that, the Spain's midfield and defence is actually all right. Their attack is dreadful.
Yeah, they just don't put the ball in there.
I know
Apart from when Slovakia
Dreadful's
decided.
Morata's dreadful. The rest of them are just not.
Yeah.
Torres I like. Moreno I like.
I like Pedri.
Pedri
looks-
midfielder, isn't
He's
he?
midfield,
Yeah, he's creating a few chances. Yeah.
He's a creator, but he's not going to he's not the one who's going to score your goals.
Yeah.
So Croatia, we gone. France, Switzerland is the next one.
France, Switzerland. Yep.
George.
I can see a win. I'm going to say 4-1 to
Ooh.
France. I can't see Switzerland getting
Do you know
France haven't looked like scoring 4 goals in a game this tournament yet. Though.
Also, France don't typically do well against Switzerland.
Oh, really?
In the last World Cup, they were in the same group stage and they drew. It was a nothing game because they both went through anyway. And I think in previous tournaments, I might be wrong, but I think in previous tournaments they faced each other quite a lot bit. I think they might have faced each other in Euro 2016. I might be wrong, but I think France scraped through that, or it was a draw again. I don't think Switzerland is historically quite. Cause they're like neighbouring countries as well. Switzerland is like France's little brother.
Maybe I'm wrong then. It could be.
No, I think France will win, but I don't think they'll batter Switzerland. I think it'll be like a 2-1.
The only reason I'm saying that is I think we're yet to see the best of Mbappe.
I was just about to say, I feel like this is a game that Mbappe needs to suddenly.
Mbappe
running.
was my flop of the tournament, shout, and so far.
I think Mbappe's played well. He just doesn't put the ball in
right, but I'd say he's not hit expectations yet. And if they flop out to Switzerland, then I'll be just call me a genius.
I think Mbappe's just looking like one of them players that sort of plays well without getting a goal. Whereas, you have your Haalands and your Ronaldo.
I mean, if you knew what the offside rule was, he would have got 2 goals against Germany.
Yeah.
There's a quality finish, one of them as well.
Yeah. I mean, the guy is obviously just so talented. It's just, he needs to... But obviously, France haven't been blowing teams away, so Mbappe hasn't been blowing teams away. But I feel like France do just have too much quality to lose this one. Yeah. So I'd say just a 2-0 win or something.
Sweden, Ukraine next. Shall we go with that?
Yeah, we'll skip the big one. We'll go for Sweden, Ukraine, which I think is quite a boring one. I won't be watching that, I'm afraid.
I might just have it on in the background while doing something. It's after the England game actually, so I'll be out of the pub actually. So,
yeah.
Yeah, no, probably unless I'm in the pub that shows.
It's a 5 o'clock kickoff. I'm going to be at work.
What, England, Germany?
Yeah.
No, I'm leaving work early.
It's boring.
Can't you get work off early?
I'll try my best. But yeah, Sweden, Ukraine. I mean, I don't know. But it could go either way. I'll go 1-1 and then penalties.
Sweden have looked much better than Ukraine. In fact, Sweden have impressed me this tournament so far.
They topped the group, didn't they?
Yeah, topped the group.
Yeah, they topped the group.
Yeah,
so.
Sweden for me. Okay. Ukraine were my dark horses.
I was about to say, not back in your dark horses.
And they managed, but they haven't looked that great. They've looked okay, to be fair.
They're 2 strikers.
They probably deserve just to sneak through. Yaranchuk, we're linked with him, 14 million.
Yeah, he's looked pretty
good,
decent.
isn't he?
Yeah.
I think he's very good.
He just looks like a striker who just wants to score a goal.
Yeah.
Which is always quite decent.
He's got a big move this summer, hasn't he? He plays in the Belgian league, so he's got a big move to top 5 leagues. I don't know if West Ham, someone else.
Yeah. People are waking up to Isak as well. I mean,
Isak. Oh yeah, he's going to be worth about 50 million now.
For a big man, that boy's got such great feet, doesn't he? Such great feet.
Yeah,
I like him. That assist he nearly got against, was it Spain?
Yeah, where Berg just decided to completely miss an open goal. Yeah.
No, it was 0-0 against Spain, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he just missed a serve, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is Isak on loan from Dortmund at Sociedad, or did they sign
No, I think they sold him, but apparently they've got a buyback clause, but Dortmund are selling it, so Sociedad are paying them more to get rid of the buyback clause, is what I've been hearing, which I thought was weird because, which worries me because I thought they'd get rid of Haaland and buy back Isak, but
if they're not buying back Isak,
they're probably not getting rid of Haaland, which worries me.
Going to Haaland, I don't want to spend too much time on him, but I actually think he'll stay at Dortmund for another year just because he's...
Well, Sancho's 100% going.
Sancho's going this summer, but I don't think they'll sell 2 of them in one summer.
Unless
it's one of the other.
It's always been we have to pay about 180 million to get him out there. It has to be a ridiculous offer. The Dortmund go, oh, what the hell? Okay, fine, we'll let him go.
So quickly, Haaland doesn't look too likely.
Yep.
Who's your second option? Because Lukaku's staying. Kane won't go Chelsea. Lewandowski is probably going to is happy at Bayern. They're the 4 best strikers in the world, probably you'd say.
That's it. I don't want anyone else.
So stick with Werner. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I
mean, to be honest, if it's not a world-class 25-goal-a-season striker, there's just no point, is there?
Yeah, there's no point spending.
There's no point going for like a youth prospect because they will just flop at Chelsea. I mean, the strikers just don't work unless you're on
might as
it.
well give Giroud another contract extension. He looks like he might be off to AC Milan with.
Yeah.
Isn't 3 Chelsea players off to AC Milan?
Yeah, they want Ziyech.
Ziyech
They want Ziyech and Bakayoko.
And they've already got Tomori.
Yeah, they bought Tomori. Yeah.
Um,
But fair enough. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll wait and see.
We mentioned this game, the big one, England-Germany.
Right. Yeah. It's probably the biggest game of the round in terms of rivalry and history as well.
I mean, we're all going to say England win because we are all a little bit biased, but we also have hope that we will beat Germany. Do you remember the World Cup in 2010, George?
I do remember it. Lampard.
Across
the line.
I remember my dad was there.
Screamer.
Actually. I remember watching it in my living room and I was celebrating when it went over the line.
Yeah.
And I looked back and was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
But surely we've got to get revenge for that.
Oh, we have to. I think if we're going to win, it'll be very low scoring. I'll say 1-0 England. If we're going to win, it'll be a 1-0.
A late Sterling winner and everyone's just like, I've slated him all tournament, but he's done it again.
Yeah.
And Germany don't have a prime Mesut Ozil anymore. They don't have...
Well, it was more of the Thomas Müller and that.
Thomas Müller, yeah. Thomas Müller hasn't looked very good.
Mario Gomez.
Was in his pomp back then.
You had Tony Kroos in his prime. You had a...
Schweinsteiger.
Goetze was decent back then.
I think it was a bit early for some of them, but yeah, they just had a much better team.
Hummels was a rock. Now he's a bit of a dodgy character. Neuer is still decent, but he was...
Yeah.
He's regressed a little bit.
I mean, if we get Sterling running at Hummels, I mean, that could be... I mean, you saw Mbappe was terrifying. Yeah.
And Ginter's next to him as well, so it's not
exactly... and Rudiger on the other side, who's fast but has like donkey tendencies. He can be unserious sometimes. Depends who he's got next to him or who's in charge of him. Like Lampard, Rudiger is a donkey. Tuchel, Rudiger's quite good. It just depends on who. Quite
good. I'd say Rudiger's been the best centre back in the world this year. In the calendar year 2021.
Yeah, I maybe not disagree.
He's been good, hasn't he?
Diaz probably still for me over the year, not calendar.
Yeah, over the season, yeah, not the calendar year.
We'll give it Rudiger.
We'll let you.
But that's got nothing to do with the Euros anyway. That's got nothing to do with the Euros.
We keep going on little tangents here. So 1-0, 1-0. Let's go. Let's do it 1-0.
Yeah.
We don't score much. We don't concede much either.
And if it goes to penalties, that's it. I'm turning the telly off.
I'm not watching a penalty.
That would be ridiculous. An England-Germany penalty shootout. It's probably going to happen, isn't it? It's just written in the stars.
Thing is, though, really England, I love England, and I'm a massive England fan. But like Dan, I'm more of a club man. So if it was a West Ham penalty shootout, I wouldn't be able to watch it. Like I'd be literally shaking. If it was an England one, I can enjoy it, and if we lose, I'll be devastated. But that's the difference between England and my club, West Ham, for me. As in, I'll be able to watch it, and if I lose, I'll be devastated. But I'll be just like, I'll just go. We'll get on with the Premier League tournament. It's devastating, and it's Southgate out. But
yeah, I'm exactly the same as that as well. If we had a playoff final, went to a penalty shootout,
even worse. Yeah, I mean, most people are. Everyone loves England, but I mean, it's probably because you watch your club team more, you're more invested in them. I've been to over 250 West Ham games. I've been to about 20 England games. So.
And you're selfish because when your club has the success, you get to share it with people close to you. You don't share it with the entire country. It feels more special that way.
And you kind of have that one up on everyone else.
Yeah.
Yes.
Although it is something
you get the bragging rights. No one has bragging rights.
There is something nice. There is something nice. Like that Colombia game, everyone's from one team, and when we won that first penalty shootout, everyone was going, even like the girls, where everyone was going absolutely mental, and everyone was loving it, and just the feeling of the whole buzz that 2018 World Cup, the whole buzz around the place, like from that Colombia game to the Croatia game, that like week and a half period, the buzz around my town I live in, this little town I live in, was just buzzing. And the whole country was just absolutely buzzing, and the whole country was so together. It's the most together the whole country's ever been. So there's positives and negatives to say both. But I think it's more like just the investment, the time I've invested in West Ham. It means so much more to me.
And I think
the time I've invested in England.
And I think whoever loses gets we either get Havertz, Werner, and Rudiger a long pre-season, or Chilwell, Mount, and James a long pre-season. So it's kind of a win-win situation either way.
Still thinking about Chelsea, but. But yeah, so that's like pretty much summed up. We're not going to go any longer because otherwise we'll start waffling. But that's it all pretty much summed up. We're now going to jump into a quiz, which will be
So we've been told that this is probably the hardest quiz yet?
no.
Oh, okay.
The hardest one was the one I think you and was it Jacob? Or
So the international friendlies one. Oh, the qualifiers one. It was me and Boy, the qualifiers one. Yeah, Jesus
All right,
Christ.
so I took some inspiration from Dan's quiz last week. All four of the questions, I say four, it's like you'll understand it. 4 of the questions are about the round of 16 teams. So forget about the other teams that are in it. But then one question is about the whole Euros, which is the last one. So the first question is going to be like a back and forth thing you did with me and Aaron last week.
Okay.
The last one. Did you watch it?
I was halfway through watching it.
Do you know what I mean?
I know. I'll get the hang of
So
it.
I'll ask you this question, and you give me an answer, and then Dan gives me an answer. There's no time limit, but if you're taking too long, I'll speed you up. But the first question is: name me every manager in the round of 16 group stage. George, as you got to guess, you can go first.
Luis Enrique.
Luis Enrique is 1. Dan
Gareth Southgate.
is 2.
Lowe, the German manager.
Is 3.
Roberto Mancini.
Is 4. Could I just say, if you get one wrong, you're out.
Yeah,
But
you get one.
You have to get one wrong, and then Dan has to get one right. Do you know what I mean? So it makes it fair.
Deschamps. I don't know how
Deschamps.
to pronounce it, but
Yeah.
Fernando Santos.
Is Portugal manager.
Yeah.
Frank de Boer.
Is the Netherlands manager.
Andrei Shevchenko.
Is the Ukrainian manager.
That's where it gets hard. I think.
Yeah.
How
many have you said? Is that 8?
Robert Page.
Damn it.
Welsh manager.
Is 9.
Yeah.
I think there's one more obvious one you haven't said.
Is there? Oh, Roberto Martinez.
Is 10. The rest of them
These are hard.
are hard. I would not get any of these. You've got
Who is the
6
Denmark
more.
manager? So I'm trying to think.
I mean, do you know him? Because I don't want to sit here thinking for ages if you don't know him.
Freddie Ljungberg.
Incorrect. Dan, to win it?
I need to think of the team. So we've got Sweden, I won't have a clue. We've got Austria, I won't have a clue. Denmark, I won't have a clue. Who else has got through? Croatia manager. Oh. Croatia manager was the one who said he's the second best manager in the world after getting to the World Cup final, wasn't he?
Yeah. Pint shops.
Croatia. Oh my god. I'm gonna be hypocritical here. I'm taking my time. I can't think of the.
You just edit it out.
I'm trying to think of. We literally just read out the teams and I've forgotten them already.
I still can't think of any managers.
Have we said all the teams?
Yeah,
Croatia, Denmark, Sweden,
So it's Croatia.
Austria.
Ones you haven't got are Croatia, Denmark, Sweden, Austria, No, you said Ukraine.
I said Ukraine, Andrei Shevchenko, yeah.
I haven't got the nations here, so I'm trying to think as well. Right, I'll give you 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 7. Shout them out at home if you've got them, but that's it.
Niko
So-
Kranjčar.
No. So it's a draw, so it's 0-0 still. The ones you didn't get were Vladimir Petkovic.
Is that the Croatian one?
No, that's
Czech one.
the Czech one.
Oh,
No,
Czech.
that's the... Who was in Italy's group that went through? Swiss one.
No.
Kasper Hjulmand is the Danish one.
Nope.
Franco Foda.
Nope.
Is someone else. Zlatko Dalic is the Croatian one.
That's the one I was thinking of, yeah.
Jaroslav Zilovic is the Czech one. Jan Andersson is the Swedish one. So they're the ones you didn't get. I think that's everything. I think that's all of them.
Jesus.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't have.
So 0-0 still. So the next question, Dan, you go first. A little bit easier this one. Name me all. If you get one wrong, again you're out. Name me all the captains in the round of 16. Start whenever you like.
Captains. Oh, Jesus.
Go on, you definitely know a few.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I can't remember whether it's Henderson or Kane. I'm not going to lie.
I don't know England's captain.
I'm not going to lie. I think think it's Harry Kane. Harry Kane.
Correct.
Okay, thank God.
It's actually hard. Surprisingly, it's hard.
Yeah, because you don't actually know, do you? I suppose.
Like Italy.
I'll give you both a clue. A lot of them are fairly obvious, but not all of them. So you just got to.
I've got a couple.
I mean, Italy's is out of. Could be a few, but I'm just gonna say Chiellini.
Correct.
Yeah.
Sergio Busquets.
Correct.
This is hard. Just thinking about who's captain. Germany. Is it Cruz?
It's not.
Ronaldo, Lloris.
Manuel Neuer is
Neuer.
the Germany captain. He lifted the World Cup as well. Ronaldo, Lloris, Grankvist, Derrida, Modric, Piatov, Wijnaldum, Baumgartlinger, Simon Kjaer, you should know that, the Danish one, Eden Hazard, Gareth Bale, Granit Xhaka. So-
Ronaldo, really their captain?
Well, it's Van Dijk, isn't it? But
I
he's
guess
not
so,
there.
yeah.
So that's 1-0 to Dan. Again, Dan, hosts take the lead again. But hopefully you can put it back, George. Do you want to go? The first or second list of questions?
I'll have the first.
Okay, so other than Italy or England, who both have 3 and 4 players not playing in their country, who has the next most players? Who's the third? Has third most players from one country that plays in their? I worded that terribly. Sorry. Which
Don't
country
play
has
in
the
that.
most players playing in the Nations League? And I'll give you a clue.
this
It's
answer.
got 18. They've got 18.
I know this.
So
I know
not
this
playing
answer.
in their country, kind of. Playing in
So,
different
for
leagues.
example, if you're Scotland, because it's Euros, so Scotland obviously aren't in the round of 16. Callum McGregor plays for Celtic, so they got more as well, but that plays for in the Scotland. Do you get it?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
So the first two are England and Italy.
Italy have the most, so England have 23. So it's not everyone but Bellingham, Sancho, and
Ramsdale, technically.
Trippier.
Oh,
No,
Trippier.
it counts as countries. I think the top 5.
Oh, right, okay.
And Italy have like 4, I think. Jorginho, Guzans, too much, but
Guzans is German.
exactly
I think I'll know this one. Spain.
incorrect.
It's Ukraine, isn't
It's
it?
Ukraine with
They're all
18.
Dynamo Kiev players.
It's not Spain, unfortunately.
Dynamo.
Spain
Shakhtar.
have 17, I think. So Spain is 4th. So yes, unlucky there, George.
Should have thought
This is to
more,
go
yeah.
2-0 up, Dan. You got the opposite question. You got 2 answers to this because there's 2 teams with joint. Who has the least players playing for the nation in their respective leagues? So the same question, but the least. It's both of them only have 2 players playing for their national team that play in their league.
I think it's going to be a small nation because they all just get out of that league as soon as possible, don't they? So it'll be somebody like Sweden or Croatia or Czech Republic. It'll be someone like that. I think the worst league there is probably Danish as well. Because there's no point in me trying to go through the squads. I'm just going to have to guess on the quality of the league. And I don't think there's going to be many Sweden.
Incorrect.
What is it?
One of them was Austria,
Right.
and the other one, which I thought you would have got, is Belgium.
Oh yeah, no one's in the Belgium league either,
Yeah.
are they?
No one played. They're all too good for the Belgian league, aren't they? Apart from
Mm.
2 of them, it's like Vanaken and Seltz, is it? No, and he plays for Strasbourg.
Right.
So it's still 1-0, George. You're not totally out of it just yet. The next question is: which country has the most players playing in the Bundesliga, with 21 of their players that play in the Bundesliga?
That's a lot. 21.
Yeah. So it's the
I'm
most.
guessing it wouldn't be Germany because it's.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, it could
The
be
other week
Germany.
we had an answer that was Harry Kane for hat tricks, and Boyd guessed Calvert
Jadon
Lewin.
Sancho, didn't it? Oh no, it was Calvert Lewin.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
So just German league players. Really.
So they play in the German league. Yeah, they have 21. So that's 21 out of 26 of their players play in the Bundesliga.
In the back of my mind, it's Austria because I think Austria just tend to play in the Bundesliga. Really, I don't think I'm brave enough to say that. I'll stick with. I'm going to say Austria.
You going Austria?
Yeah.
Well, you were right to go Austria because
Yeah.
they have 21 players that play in the Bundesliga.
Yeah, I knew it was Austria.
Yeah.
It would be that or Poland, but I mean, you could have deduced Germany straight away
Poland
just from
aren't in
going.
the answer because
Yeah.
Poland are out.
Oh yeah, but you could have literally just gone, well, Werner, Havertz, Rudiger. There you
Yeah,
go. That's
that's
already
Yeah.
already
And
almost
Gosens.
21.
Yeah.
Gosens, that's already 21.
Okay, so it's 1-1. You've levelled it up. This is to take the lead again, Dan.
Yep.
Who has the most players that play in the Serie A? That's not Italy.
Jesus Christ. Syria.
You've got 16 teams to pick from, so you've got 16 answers to whittle it down from. There's probably about 12 you probably say definitely isn't.
Do you know how many players is it?
6.
So 6 players from Serie A in this nation.
Yeah, and they're the second most to Italy. You have like, what is that? Italy have 22.
So I was thinking Belgium, but I could only think of Lukaku. Germany only have Gosens. What
That's
country?
a rush you for your answer.
Switzerland.
It's Denmark. Eric Sinkers and a few others they have.
Right.
So it's now 1-1. I know that was a tough question, to be fair.
It's a hard question.
Hard question. But it's 1-1. So this is to win it. Or a draw. It's probably going to be a draw now because they find a bonus round. But the question is, now, I know we've been thinking around the 16, but now think of the whole Euros. Out of the whole Euros, name every nation that has someone in the Euros playing in their league in that nation, but are not in the Euros. Do you understand the question?
What?
So there are 10 nations.
Yep.
For example, I'm going to use Greenland as a nation. Say that it's not Greenland, it's not an answer. But say there's a player from Denmark who plays in the Greenland League, then Greenland would be an answer. Do you get it?
Right.
Do you get
Okay.
it?
Yeah.
So another one that's not an answer I'll give you is Australia. But say they played in the Australian League and the Euros, Australia would be an answer. So there's 10 nations that aren't in the Euros that have players from their league being represented in the Euros. So I hope you get that at home. It's a tough one. I've come up with these questions myself, try and make it interesting. So I haven't worded them too well, but hopefully we'll get there.
So we're taking it in turns.
Yeah, I'm going to let George go first again as he was the guest.
So there's 10 of them.
There's 10.
They're not in this Euros, obviously.
They're not in the Euros.
Right. Would Republic of Ireland be one?
They're not. This is to win it down.
Japan, Thomas from Ireland.
They are. So Japan wins it for Dan. 2-1. Ed just nicks it. The other countries were Cyprus, United States, China. You could have had for Arnautovic, Greece, Albania, Bosnia, Canada.
Who the hell plays in a Canadian league?
Davies. Oh,
No, he's Canadian.
I was going to say, what am I on about?
I don't know who it is, but it's someone.
Listen,
Norway and
I've got
Serbia.
Jesus
So-
Christ. They're really plucking...
So they're the nations. So that was a short last question. Dan, was Japan the only one you had in your head?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I would have just guessed MLS just because
Yeah.
there's loads of players over there. I couldn't think of
I
one.
should have guessed MLS.
The Irish League's terrible as well.
Yeah, it's terrible,
So,
isn't it?
But yeah.
Who's the MLS player? There's probably someone Spanish.
Oh,
or something.
there's. I looked earlier. It's someone.
It'd be a
don't
keeper,
know.
maybe.
Defender, something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. Is that 10-0 or was 10-0 the last week one? Is it 11-0 now? I think it might be 11-0.
It's something nil.
Something
More
nil.
importantly.
10-11-0 to the hosts. Again, a good battle there, George, but you
Yeah.
just come short to Dan, unfortunately. And let me say this every week, but we don't fix them. I don't tell Dan the questions before the quiz, and he doesn't tell me the questions before the quiz. But yeah, that's probably like a 40-minute video now, so we're going to wrap it up there. But be where to look out in another video for our team of the group stage. It'll be out probably after this video. Actually, we'll probably try and get this video out first because it's more
Well, we don't want to get it out before the round of 16, so we don't look like mugs.
Yeah, and the team of the group says we can leave a little bit longer. But yeah, thank you for watching. And George, where's the outro? There's the outro.
I ain't got a clue.
Right.